Hey guys, it's Nicole and I'm back, and I just wanted to do a 10-minute makeup tutorial for moms, on the go moms. When you're at home, you want to look nice or you want to go out and look nice but you don't have a lot of time. Here is my 10-minute makeup routine, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I'm gonna jump right in. A friend of mine came over and she insisted I do a makeup tutorial. So I want to say shout out to my friend Christy. Thank you for inspiring me to do this. First thing I did was I put on my foundation. I use Share Moisture foundation. You can find that from Target. And Shea Moisture is a very moisturizing, natural based makeup product. You've probably seen a lot of their products because Shea Moisture makes a lot of really wonderful lotions and body washes and even children's baby products. So they actually have a foundation line. And this line that I'm using, it's more for darker skin tones, a woman of color, and I love it. And as you can see, I put it on with my hands because it just, for me, applying foundation with my hands is easiest. So I'm gonna go ahead and move right into my concealer, and I only use concealer on areas that I really need it. So I put it underneath my eyes and over my eyes. I find that when I use a lot of concealer, things look cakey and it starts to fall into creases and starts to accentuate areas that I don't want to accentuate. So I just go ahead and apply that too with my fingers because it's just easier for me, and it really helps get into all the right places. All right, so on to the eyes. Now I lightly penciled in my eyebrows prior to this clip, and if you'd like to do that, you can go ahead and do that too. And the thing that I'm doing now is I'm using my Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay, and I'm using a light champagne color on the inner creases of my eyes. I like to use lighter colors on the inner sides of my eyes just to brighten them up and open my eyes up and make them pop. So I'm using a lighter champagne color right on the inner area of my eyelid, and I'm blending that in. Now moving on to, I have a MAC eyeshadow that matches my shirt. It's kind of like a seafoam green, um, a light greenish blue. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my eyelid. I'm putting the lighter color of it on my eyelid, and I'm blending that in because this is a dual tone eyeshadow, so there's a lighter color and a darker color. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that lighter color directly on my lid, and I'm blending it in as I go with the champagne that I have in the inner corners of my eye. And I'm talking it up and laughing it up with my friend because she suggested that I use this color. I usually do a very neutral, all earth tone shimmers, but I decided to just, since it was my husband's birthday and we're going out for dinner, I was like, oh, let me do something cute. So now I'm putting on the darker color on the outer area of my lid and into my crease. Now the crease is that area that where your eyeball literally meets your eyebrow bone. So if you're feeling for it, it's going to be like that little dip that's in between where your actual eye socket and your eyebrow bone meet. So I'm going to go ahead and put the darker color in there. So the next thing I'm doing, I'm going back to my Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to use a light champagne just to highlight underneath my brow bone. I'm blending that in. Just give it some highlight and to accentuate the under part of my brow bone. And right underneath my eyebrows. And now I'm going in with black because I really just want to make my crease pop, and I found like that dark green really wasn't dark enough for me to really get that contouring on my crease. So I'm going to go ahead and use the black and blend it in really nicely right into the outer edges of my eyelid and into my crease. Blending as I go. This is my MAC 233 brush, and I really love this brush because it really blends very well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a MAC brush, but if you find a brush that really does a great job at blending, go ahead and use that. Sometimes the brushes that come with your eyeshadow palette might not blend as well, but this is a great blending brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on my Raw Minerals powder. Now this is a similar powder to Bare Minerals, which is like a mineral powder based foundation and powder. So I'm going to put that right down my T-zone and on my cheeks because this is a color, it's called Warm Glow, and it's kind of like a blush. So it's a little more reddish brown than my actual skin tone, and I like to put that and it just serves purpose as a blush, a bronzer kind of also, and a way to just mattify and absorb some of the potential oils that will come out in those areas. I try to avoid putting powder all over my face because I find like powder really makes things heavier and it just really sinks into those areas you don't want it to. So right now I'm going and blending it out with my sponge. If you have a beauty blender or a certain kind of foundation sponge, go ahead and use that now, just so that you can get along your jawline, your chin, and around your hairline, just to make sure that everything's blended out evenly so you don't look like you're wearing a mask. And I'm going in, I'm using it to wipe off some of the eyeshadow that has fallen off around my eyes. And I'm selecting to wear an Almay lip gloss. I decided to go with something a lot more neutral because I have an actual color on my eye. So when I'm using a actual color on my eye, I try to keep my lip very neutral. But if I'm just using, you know, bronzes and earth tones on my eyelids, I go with like a redder color. And now I'm just putting on my mascara, and I'm making sure I'm wiggling from the base all the way up because that really separates the lashes. So as you can see, I'm kind of like pressing it in to the bottom and then bringing it up to the top, or the tip of the eyelash. Getting a little bit of the lashes on my bottom lid on the outside as well, and focusing primarily on the lashes that are on the outside because it really want to make those pop, because I find like those tend to be like my longer lashes, and I just want to really bring a lot more definition to those. You can never have too much mascara. If you are applying it properly and making sure that it's not clumping on you. Going back and doing additional blending, just making sure that everything is blended well, and pretty much that's it, guys. So this is my 10-minute makeup routine for moms, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Okay, guys.